It's true, I've spent a lot of time in the past years in Europe, but I recently moved back to Massachusetts, where I'm from. I moved to a town by the ocean north of Boston that's about an hour from a different town by the ocean north of Boston that I grew up in. And I have a friend there who was a very early taker to this whole Wim Hof craze. Do we know this guy, Wim Hof? Okay, well, he's this eccentric Dutchman who popularized recently this practice of ice bathing, which is now everywhere, of submerging your body in freezing cold water every day for certain health benefits. Okay? My friend was very early to this craze as it swept our little town, so people started meeting every morning to go into the ocean together, which in July was not a big deal, but in February in Boston, it's cold, yeah, it's serious. So she has this kind of personal legend that she has not missed a day without going in the ocean for, I don't know now, like 6 years. And I have always been intrigued by this and by her commitment to it. And I would ask her all the time the same question. I would just ask her, in her own words, why? Truly, curiosity, like why was she so committed to this practice? Why, when life is already, painful and suffering is already inevitable, why add more? Every day, relentlessly, on purpose. And she only ever responded the same cryptic way. She would only ever say these few words. She said, I do it because it keeps me honest. Keeps me honest. That's all she ever said. And I never had any idea what that could possibly mean, but it was poetic and mysterious. And eventually I asked her, because of those words, to take me with her. She said, okay, sure, but it has to be winter, or it doesn't count. I was like, damn it. I wanted to go in June and be proud of myself. So we made a plan that we would go on the winter solstice. That felt like, a ritualistic day. And so we committed a few weeks out, and then, as my luck would have it, it was a full-blown New England blizzard at winter solstice. It was snowing so hard and so fast you could only see white. But we'd committed, so I went with her to the beach. We were the only people on the beach that day, for obvious reasons. But she held my hand and we walked into the water. And I said, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. And she said, yes, that's your brain. Just let it die. And it did. It truly did, because I don't remember anything. Nothing. It's just blackness after that point. Except for the car ride home with the heat on blast, and then this song somehow magically writing itself. And it turned out to be called Honest. So I think I got a little taste of what she meant. You're trying to make it better. I didn't want to be alone until I wasn't anymore. With my feet bare in the sand, I prayed on the winter solstice. If I'm flying, let me land. And if I've landed, help me notice on the horizon. Everything's lighting, the boats hang like chandeliers. And I just wanna taste it. You said nothing is wasted, but there goes another year. And if I were just honest, I might get what I wanted. never mentioned we might miss it on the horizon. Everything's lighted, the boats hang like chandeliers. And just for the taste that you said nothing is wasted.